You're just saying like they still show the tiebreakers and you still got second. But you still got the same prizing as everyone else that had that record? Okay. Alright, Brick, turn one Ragavan on the play. I think Donnie, did he mod a 5? Yeah.
I'm gonna assume mod 5.
6 card. Turn one Saga, turn one Amulet. He's like, please don't force a Vigor me. I don't know if you saw round 1 if you were here. Donnie went turn one Saga, turn one Amulet, and got force vigored against Livian. Right. Turn 2 Shredder with a treasure token up at the top of the screen there. I'm gonna start the round timer. Someone forgot to start it. Donnie with a Turn Timber Symbiosis untapped. Takes 3 damage. Explore. Extra land drop here. Teleria West. Oh, Donnie's like, why did I shock that in? I have Amulet. And then he realized that when he went to play his Teleria there, that he could have not done that because Teleria is going to enter on tap too. Yeah, he was just pointed that out himself. So yeah, he did pay 3 when he had an Amulet. Brick, consider Bobble, trigger Shredder. Discard a Shredder. The Shredder will get a counter. There you go. Gets in for 4. Exile a Boseiju. 2 treasure tokens at the top of the screen. A little bit hard to see. Bobble you. Play a land. Shock it in. Donnie floats mana, I'm presuming. Gonna get an Amulet, maybe? I mean, I think Donnie's missing the bounce land to really have an explosive turn here. Gets a map. Gonna pay 2. I think Donnie had a mana floating there, unless he forgot to float with Urza Saga, but shouldn't have had to tap both his lands there to get the map and then crack the map. Is gonna get the Growth Chamber with the map. Play Growth Chamber. Float mana. Play Grazer. Get another land drop. So that's only the first spell. Map came in, just entered the battlefield, so that the Grazer didn't count as a spellcast for Shredder, but Tony should still have a mana floating. Gonna cast Explorer off that 2 mana. Draw a card and get another land drop. Brick's gonna get a Shredder trigger. I think that mana is really gonna bite Donnie here. Am I saying Johnny or Donnie? Did I say Johnny?
I don't know.
Ever since round 1, when it's John and Donnie, I keep saying Johnny, and it's making
I was just feeling Brick was gonna cast counter spells.
Yeah, it's making me very upset. Anyways, Brick's gonna counterspell that and Unholy Heat that 0-3
with Delirium.
Uh, does have delirium. Gonna get another connive. Shredder has connive twice this turn. Fire off iteration. Exiles a Spire Bluff. I will enter tapped if that's his land for turn. All right. Donnie down to 6. Has a good amount of mana this turn. Plays a Dryad. That's gonna get Archmage Charmed. No other land drop now. Donnie facing 5 damage minimum.
Yep.
Iteration. Brick just needs one connive trigger here to close out the game, I believe. One connive trigger plus discarding a non-land.
Burger
Murktide.
probably has it. He has Murktide. He has that Unholy Heat.
Yeah, he definitely does. I mean, that's his second spell there, so he's gonna connive and pitch an iteration. That's a counter, and that's all Donnie was waiting on. He knew he was dead to that, so game 1 goes to Brick. Because like it's not just Murktide, like even Yogg will play like one Magus in the main or a Magus in the sideboard. In their sideboard of Footfalls. Okay. That makes sense. Alright, Grazer into Bounce Land, pick up the first land. I missed what the first land was. Turn 1 Rag.
I think it was Basic Force for the first one.
Basic Forest, okay. Turn 1 Rag looking a little silly in the face of that Grazer. Who knew Grazer just ego checks Ragavan? Turn 2 Shredder. Swing. Brick went swing. I don't know if you could hear him.
He is so loud while playing Magic. Like it is. It's funny though.
Yeah. In your Murktide, you run 1 Blood Moon main and a Magus on the side. Oh, nice. I like the Blood Moon main. You can just get him sometimes. People aren't ready for it. It's like the 4 color deck can just play around it so well, but sometimes they're just not ready and you just get them. Get in for 3. Ooh, Endurance. That might cost Brick because that was a little bit of a careless attack. You're only getting in for 1 point of damage there. So maybe it was better to not go for that right there. Does get to resolve Blood Moon though. While Donnie's tapped out, but he does have Basic Force in place. So Beseju is definitely an out here if he has it. See Cavern in Donnie's hand too, which won't work as long as that Blood Moon's in play. Brick has to deal with this Endurance. And he only has 1 basic island. Fires off Consider. Just drew his other basic island.
Possibly see the iteration going off.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised he hasn't fired it off here. Because I mean, you want to, even though you drew your basic island, which like you want that to be your land drop, you still just maybe.
It's hard to say
Oh,
what
I
else is in
see.
his
He has Prismari command,
Oh, okay.
so he wants to do that this turn. Maybe.
Here it is.
Oh, Aether. He wants to hold up Aether Gust. Okay. Gust. Put Dryad on top of the deck. So Dryad. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Dryad will let him play through Blood Moon, right? I could be wrong there. Yeah. And is it because it comes down second, or is it just because it's how Dryad works? Because it came second? Timestamps? Okay. Cool, thanks chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, that Dryad will allow Donnie to at least tap his mana for different colors. They'll still, not have any of their other abilities, right? But they'll be able to tap for any color a basic land will be able to tap for. So as far as I know. Ooh, Force of Vigor gonna take care of Blood Moon. That's a big hit for Donnie there. Draws Dryad. Plays Cavern on, I'm assuming, Nymph, I think is Dryad's type. Doesn't want Dryad to get countered. If he gets a Valakut, he can start bolting stuff. But he's empty-handed. Not much pressure on Brick's side, though. Gets in with Endurance. You can name Dryad? Well, Dryad's not in the creature type. Pretty sure it's just... Or is that how Cavern works? Cavern of Souls. Yeah, you choose a creature type. Yeah, and it's a nymph. Oh, it got errated to be a Dryad? Okay, I didn't know that. Good looks, good looks. Alright, Brick fires off Iteration. Exiles counterspell, that's weird.
It's hard to say what his decision was between.
Yeah, I see the Oracle text here on Scryfall. It says Nymph Dryad. What'd you say, Wyatt?
It was hard to say what his decision was between choosing Counterspell and something else.
Yeah. Had to be weird, like maybe something like multiple counterspells, because you never want to put counterspell in your hand, like, or sorry, you never want to exile counterspell. You'd always just want to put it in your hand and exile anything else that you can cast there to get value off of it. But especially when you have double blue up here, so I'm assuming it was just like multiple counterspells, or it was oh, counterspell sucks because there's a cavern in play. Duh. That's probably what it was. Brick does slam a big old Murktide though that turn, and no play from Donnie. So now Donnie's the one that has to deal with this 8/8 Murktide that dwarfs that Endurance. Shredder number 2. Looks like a dress down in Brick's hand too. Counterspell and a dress down. So even if Donnie's, can slam a Titan or something, Brick seems to have that covered for at least a turn. Takes Donnie down to 12. Game is over. It's looking like it. Don't think Donnie has a very good way to beat. Oh, he does have a Boseiju in hand. Maybe that's. Nope, plays it. I was gonna say maybe that's a way he could, if he could somehow have 2 mana up. You know, Boseiju the dress down before the Titan resolves. It's a little tough for Donnie though. He's got no. Oh, is that Dismember? No. What is that? Is that what it was?
I can't tell you.
Chumps with Grazer. Oh, I bet it was Dismember, and then he was gonna block with Endurance. Yeah, but Dismember gets countered.
Hit our knife triggers.
Bobble you. Donnie has maybe one more turn he can chump block to stay alive. Dismember, if that Dismember stuck, that would have been a big deal. How about second Murktide? Pump up the first one too.
Okay, because I was gonna ask how that works. That is
Yep, there's a extra line of text on Murktide there that says whenever an instant or sorcery card leaves your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So Murktides can actually play pretty well in multiples.
so we
Block the 11/11 flyer.
take
Great choice.
4.
Yep, take 4 down to 8.
Does Donnie even have any more reach creatures?
No, not in play. I mean, maybe in his deck, but not in play. He's gonna Pact. Brick. Does not care. Got Udawara's got Dress Down. Brick's just showing him. I have Dress Down, so whatever you get here, game's pretty much over. Donnie scoops him up.